dear. How glad that you are all here. For this is truly an occasion of joy for every first grade girl and boy to receive our precious Siddur today and honor it every day. Todah.
Shalom, Dad and Mom. Shalom, Grandpa and Grandma. Shalom, dear guests. Shalom, Abba ve'Ima. Shalom, Saba ve'Shavta. Shalom, Orchim Yakari.
We'll hear songs about the proper way. To act like a good Jew every way. Don't fight, don't lie, don't act mean. You guessed it. Midot Tovot is our key. So come along, let's begin our Chagiga. Sit back and enjoy our Chatzaga.
Please
Don't argue with them. You have a lot to learn.
We are very happy to begin our Siddur today. Thank you, Hashem, for holy Siddur. כולנו באוזנינו, שהכינו למדת ובסינים. תודה, תודה אלוקים, ועד הסידורים הקדושים.
Always be with me and help us to grow, and through our prayers to your love we will grow.
Now and forever, for that is the Torah way. I love my father, I love my mother, Ahavat Israel. I love my brother, I love my sister, Ahavat Israel. Because every Jewish person that you meet on your street, in your school, in your shul, that is Ahavat Israel. I love my neighbor, I love my friends, Ahavat Israel. I love my morals, I love Hashem, Ahavat Israel. Torah.
Don't walk in front of me, I may not follow. Don't walk behind me, I may not lead. Just walk beside me and be my friend, and together we'll walk in the ways of Hashem. Todah Rabah.
Jacob, you go with me. You go with me on
Don't walk in front of me and may not follow. Don't walk behind me and may not lead. Just walk beside me and be my friend, and together we will walk in the ways of Hashem.
It is a commandment from the Torah of Siddur. It helps the sick in a couple of ways. One way is to get a doctor that can help the sick. Another way is to get the sick free things they always want. Another way is to show that you care about them.
Amen.
Shalom Aleichem. This lovely hymn is sung Friday night. The main idea of this is peace. The main idea of peace is important to our people.
It's a mitzvah to celebrate Shabbat because on other 6 days, God worked, and on the seventh day he rested. We light candles and drink wine and eat halal and say prayers. On Friday night or on the eve of the holiday before sundown, Mother lights two nerot. She prays for herself and her family. Yom Shabbat is a day of rest and joy. Mother lights candles so that the homes are safe full of light.
Thank you, Hashem, for helping us this year to learn and pray from the Siddur. If God wants, when we are older, we will continue to be good Jews.
Honor your father and mother.
love over our world so fast. Teach us all to respect each other. Let us be like sister or brother. You alone this dream can set, and all hatred put an end to.
I'm so proud of my voice. And I want just to let you know I live in Talmud, Torah, which is in my heart. I'm going abroad with my husband. He got a new job, and very hard for me, to leave my beautiful children, but it was a pleasure to teach your children. I really, they come in my heart.
Congratulations to our first graders, correct? Can you hear me without the microphone?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Does anybody know what I have in my hand over here? It's a talit, it's a tzitzit, and I'm going to use this talit. Kavod harav b'maruf, it's okay. I'm going to speak and say a small Dvar Torah. When you have a great Talmud Chacham and you say words of Torah, you ask permission before you speak. And I would like to share something with you all. They have finished the Aleph Bet. They've finished the letters of the Torah. And in most languages, I guess most of us would think that the letters of the Aleph Bet, or the letters that make up words, are just tools to help us communicate. But we don't believe that the letters of the Aleph Bet are just tools to help us make words. We believe that the letters of the Aleph Bet are holy, and that they were given to us by Hashem, and that God Himself chose these beautiful letters, Aleph, Bet, Gimel, Dalet, Hey, Vav, Zayin, Chet, Tet. And if you count up all those letters, in the ABCs we have 26. But in the Aleph, Bet, does anybody know how many we have altogether? We have 22 letters. And if you count Kaf, Chav, Chav, Sofit, and if you count Hey, Fe, Fe, Sofit, you might get to a larger number. But when you take each letter and you put a numerical value, we count 1 through 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 through 100, and then we count 200, 300, and 400. And that equals 22 letters. 22 holy letters that make up numerical values. Now this might be a little over our first graders' heads, but I would like them to realize the Kedusha of these letters by sharing something with all of you. This past Shabbat we read Parshat Naso. Naso we all know is the longest Parsha in the Torah. And when I was a little boy, I remember hearing that there are 176 verses in this long Parsha. Only 8 years later, when I was studying in Israel, did I notice that in Tehillim, which was written by King David, Psalms, that there's one parak that's clearly much larger than the rest of them, and that parak has, believe it or not, 176 verses, psukim. And I wondered if there's some connection. So I went to my rabbi. I was learning in an Ashkenazi yeshiva at the time, and I asked my rabbi. My rabbi said to me, Rabbi, he said, Jensen, go sit down and learn. Stop worrying about numbers. 2 years later, I did some research over the next 2 years to see maybe there's another place in Tanakh that has 176, maybe in the Gemara, maybe in the Mishnah. And I checked it all out and I couldn't find anything. I was under the impression that Masechet Shabbat was the largest. Turns out that there are 3 tractates. Baba Kama, Baba Metzia, and Baba Batra. Not Baba June, that's something else, okay? And these tractates are really one. And when I was learning Baba Batra, the last one, I went to the end of the book, and by chance I was looking up some commentary and I saw it said 176. And now I'm on a track. I am really ready to go. 176 for the longest portion of the Torah, 176 for Tehillim from King David, and now 176 from the longest Gemara. There had to be a reason. So I went to my rabbi. And again, he looked at me and said, I'm not sure your question is really that good. 10 years later, I'm teaching in North Shore Hebrew Academy. And I'm saying this same question. I said to my students, I don't have an answer. I just have a question about 176. And a rabbi came by, and he looked at me, and he's a Chabad rabbi, and he said, you went to Ashkenazi yeshivot. They're not into this stuff. It's a famous number, 176. It's a Sephardic number. It's a Kabbalistic number. It's a Hasidic number. I said, what's the number 176? And the reason I share this with you today is because it has to do with the letters of the Aleph Bet. The same 22 letters that all these boys have learned. The numbers 1 through 7, we believe is physical. Hashem created the world in 7 days. But the number 8 is Lama'ala min hateva. It's metaphysical. It's something supernatural. We believe the number 8 is infinity. We believe it's something special. If you take the number 8 and you times it by 22 letters, you get 176. Nothing in the Torah is by chance. The highest level of Kedusha, starting with King David, who wrote the longest parak of Tehillim, the longest chapter. He made it 176, and then the rabbis, Anshe Knesset Agdolah, came and broke up the parashot so that we can read the whole Torah once every single week and every year finish the whole Torah. We can't learn the Torah without the letters of the alphabet. And we can't pray to God without the letters, the holy letters of the alphabet, which every one of you have learned this year. And now you're ready to learn Torah. And if you take it and you times it by that metaphysical number 8, you get 22 times 8, 176. And now we have an answer that took me 25 years to get an answer to. You are learning today. Most of you are 7 years old, right?
Yeah.
And you're going to grow, and every year you're going to have different teachers. And I, hopefully, will be your teacher. You said, Oseh Shalom b'Romav. You're saying, we want peace in the world. Maybe we'll all be in Israel next year. My son is right now serving in the army in Israel. And he's there so that maybe one day we can all go there and have that peace. But in the event that we are here strong together, and I will be hopefully your teacher in just a few years when you get to the 6th grade. If not here, then in Israel. But my hopes are that you will take the letters of the alphabet, the holy letters, and you'll read, and you'll daven, and you'll learn, and you'll pray, and you'll get closer to Hashem. So I'm going to ask anybody here, is there a Kohen? Any Kohen in the house? Please, b'vakasha. We're going to go and give a bracha to our students. I'm going to ask some men if they can come up. We're going to open up a talit, and we'll give them a special bracha, a Kohen's bracha. Okay, if someone else can help us with the talit and hold it, if you can, one or two of you, I'm going to ask all the students to come underneath the talit. And we will say together, Vayidaber Adonai el Moshe.
וידבר אדוני אל משה לאמור,
דבר
דבר אל אהרון
ואל בניו
ואל בניו לאמור,
כה תברכו
תברכו
את בני
את
ישראל,
בני ישראל,
אמור להם.
אמור להם, יברכך אדוני וישמרך, יאר אדוני פניו אליך ויחונך, יישא אדוני פניו אליך וישם לך שלום, ושמו את שמי על בני ישראל, ואני אברכם.
Mazal tov to all of you, Mazal tov to all the parents, and please God, we look forward to seeing you. Wonderful season.
This was an amazing program. Thank you, Mor Levana. Thank you, Mor Anna. And thank you, Mor Kochavit, for many, many, many years. How many years has it been, Mor Kochavit? I'm here since 1996, and Mor Kochavit was here before me. Hopefully you will come back. We're hoping to have Mor Kochavit back in 1 year, maybe. Wish you lots of hatzlacha. Boys, I'm going to call you, and thank you, Rabbi Maruf. Will present you with your Yoram Alishaya. Please come up. Yoram. Come, Dr. Rabbi Maruf. If you want to come back, and if you want a picture, okay? Jaden Aziz. Jacob Ben Zakaria. Hudson Emayatian. Ethan Hackman. Bryce Hakimi. David Hakimi. Sorry. Cooper Hakimi. Pierce Kamali. Kashi. Liron Kashi. Lucas Livium. Maxwell Martha. William Martha. And Samuel Moheban. Thank you, everybody. We'll give you five minutes of picture taking. I think we stand up, everybody. And then you'll have until 12 to stay here because we have girls coming in. We will step outside. Thank you. And the boys could go home. There's no class after.